What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the Cabal 3-pack. That's right, Doctor Doom, Iron Patriot, and Taskmaster all in one. So let's see what we've got going on. Let's check it out. As promised, today we'll be taking a look at the Cabal 3-pack. Let's see what we've got going on. Taking a look at the package, of course, we're continuing celebrating 85 years. Taskmaster, Iron Patriot, Doctor Doom, the Cabal. It's a 3-pack. One that may be a little bit contentious depending on where you are in your collection, but I see some good things here, so let's flip it to the side. We've got a nice comic image on the side, as well as that celebrating 85 years logo. Flip it to the back. There's your blown up image, along with the 3 characters in the pack. So Taskmaster, Norman Osborn as Iron Patriot, and Doctor Doom. The Cabal. Iron Patriot calls together some of the most dangerous beings in the world to form the Cabal, a volatile alliance that wreaks havoc on the world. Wow. There's some important information down at the bottom there. Flip it to that side. As we know, there is nothing much here except for your program logo. Let's get them out of the box. Fresh out of the box, I think this is a 3-pack that will offer some things to a lot of different people, right? So maybe you wanted 1 figure out of here, maybe you wanted 2 figures out of here. You probably didn't want all 3 figures in the pack, or maybe you did. So there's a lot of, as I said, contention at the front of the video there because of a 3-pack like this. We're getting a Doctor Doom and a Taskmaster, which have already been in the line. The last time we had an Iron Patriot in the line was at the early Hasbro days, so that certainly needed the upgrade. And it didn't come with the Osborn head, so that Iron Patriot was really the standalone in this 3-pack that there are probably a good amount of collectors who wanted. Doom, on the other hand, is a figure that had become a little bit harder to come by, a little bit more expensive on the aftermarket, whether you're talking about the Super Scroll Wave or the retro carded Doom. Both of those became a little bit harder to get your hands on, right? So another one that probably had some draw to this pack, but those people didn't want the other ones. And then there's Taskmaster. It's a great looking figure, and one that I think will be my sort of surprise out of the pack, but I don't know that it was one that warranted an upgrade, an update, if you will. But it's a great looking figure, so I think I'm certainly going to be okay with that. All that said, you get a ton of stuff in the package accessory wise. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. There's so much in 3 figures, I probably need a bigger turntable just to show all of this off. Let's take a look at these accessories though. As I said, it's a lot of accessories, and that's absolutely something that I and many others would love to see in every single release from Marvel Legends. More accessories the better. I get it. Sometimes it can be overkill. We've all got bins of accessories, hands, etc. I'm more talking about weapons and effects, though. It seems like you can never use enough weapons or effects. So maybe I don't need a million pairs of hands, but there are certainly things that I can use all of the time. With these accessories, though, we do get this Doombot head, which just looks really cool. Very Terminator-esque, sort of T-800 situation going on. And that is going to be a draw to a lot of collectors as well. If you've already got a Doom and you don't have any Doombots, then you like that because now you can add a Doombot, but you don't like it because you kind of want to add more than one Doombot. And in order to get those heads, you got to buy this pack or you got to buy it online. I'm sure you'll be able to find it on the secondary market, but prices are going to be a little spicy at the beginning of this. Taking a closer look at Taskmaster here, we can see what we're dealing with. So a really nice skull sculpt. I was always a fan of the previous release one. I thought that was just a really nice looking skull face, but damn, this one is pretty good too. I dare I say maybe even better. I will take a deeper look soon. Good looking sculpt, a little bit beefier. We're not on that Bucky cap mold, so size wise, I think it lends itself a little bit better to Taskmaster here. I like it. You've got some extra accessories that we didn't see on the previous release, including the quiver with the bows to go there. Some of the same design aesthetics though, with the belt, the holster, and the bracket here on the thigh. Boots too. We're on I think these are updated sort of pirate boots, not the ones that go to the Bucky cap mold. Plastic cape, that's going to be the point of contention for some folks. As you know, I still am a fan of plastic capes, so no harm, no foul here. You do get your sword and shield, same as last time. The shield's still on the clip system. I just want that updated, that's all I'm asking. Sword, updated version of the previous sword. Of course, we've seen this sword many times over. You do get a bow, though, this time. And, of course, with the quiver with the arrows and the extra arrow there. So a little bit more going on. He also has a pistol down in the holster here. So gives you plenty of accessories and options. He's also got some extra hands. So let's take a look at the hands. First set of hands that come with him out of the box, you have your open fist and your trigger finger. So of course, good for holding the sword and good for holding the pistol. He also comes with a set of fists, and in addition you get one open hand, so 2.5 sets of hands for Taskmaster. For your articulation, head's only going to look down a little bit. The cowl and cape are going to hinder your forward motion, and backwards as well. You're only going to get a little bit of an angle upward. Again, the cowl and cape being your hindering factors. You'll get rotation side to side. Head pops off nice and easily due to all of the items in the way there. So if you have concerns about that, you shouldn't. Head will pop off nice and easily. Then you can do whatever you want. You've got the butterfly joint there. You've got full rotation with the arm. Arm will go up to about there. You do get your upper bicep cut. And then you are double jointed pinless at the elbow there. Nothing in the forearm. And then your hinge at the wrist. Of course, you have both options with the hinges because you do have your vertical and your horizontal hinges there. Ab crunch, hip swivel, leg kicks to about there, back to about there. This is not keyed on, same as the previous release, so it will move about. Upper thigh cut, double jointed, pinless at the knee down there. Get a little bit of plastic wear already at that knee. Nothing at the boot, and then your hinge and swivel at the ankle. For comparison, here he is backed up against our previous Taskmaster in the same costume. You can see a little bit taller, the previous version being on the Bucky cap, newer version, I believe, on a slightly modified Vulcan body. To me, looks a little bit better because he's got a little bit more stature to him. I think on the shelf that'll kind of look pretty nice. However, as I said towards the beginning of the video, I don't know that this Taskmaster really needed an update, especially not this, soon into anything. We've got a lot of figures that are still out there that haven't been made, and some other ones that absolutely could use an update. Cool to get a new Taskmaster. I do like the new Taskmaster. It will replace the previous Taskmaster in my collection, but yeah, I just don't know that it was certainly needed at this point. So I feel some collectors out there who are a little bit upset that this was included when you could have had some other characters included, or just not have this be a 3 pack. So those arguments are valid. I will find a way to always enjoy the things I purchase, because at the end of the day, it's collecting toys, and that's the thing that I do this for. Taking a closer look at Norman here, we can see the Iron Patriot. You've got a nice looking face sculpt, a little bit of an updated version of previous face sculpt for Norman, but it's got those like dark circles under the eyes, just adds to the menacing factor there. Your ripples per usual. Body sculpt. I was a little bit apprehensive about how I was going to feel about this Iron Patriot costume. The red just came off very, I know this is going to sound silly, but very toy-like, right? A little too toy-like, if you will. It probably would have been nice to get a sort of sheen, shimmer, an actual metallic shine to it. You do get some glitter in that plastic, though, that does add to the shine. So it did come out better than I had anticipated. Same goes for the blue. You can see it all throughout the costume. So the red, white, and blue really stick out on this Iron Patriot figure. A more metallic look would have certainly stood out a lot better. This is kind of like the certainly the mediocre point of the 3 pack here, which is a bit disappointing because this is the one for me that absolutely needed the update. You also get your masked head, which I think that looks pretty good. I mean, it matches through the costume. It's pretty decent. For your hands, you do get a set of fists, and you get your open set of hands, which will allow you to port in a power effect if you so desire. For your articulation, head will look down, chin will touch the chest, head will look up there. You get plenty of good angle. And same with the Norman head, so plenty of upward angle, and again, chin will touch the chest. Both heads will move all the way around, and you do get some swivel in there as well. So you can get plenty of movement with your head sculpts. Arms will go all the way around. Due to the shoulder epaulet here, arm's not going to go up very far, but you do have your upper bicep cut, and of course your double jointed pinless elbows there. Nothing at the forearm you wouldn't expect there to be, and then your hinge and swivel at the wrist. Does have the bell at the upper torso there, but nothing at the lower abdomen. So it's a mechanical suit. I don't imagine that there would be a lot of flexibility in this suit anyway, but you do at least get that dumbbell up there. A little bit of a scuff already on the blue there. Leg will kick up to about there, back to about there. So you do get some good backward motion. You have the upper thigh cut there, and then your double jointed pinless at the knee, nothing at the boot, and your hinge swivel at the ankle down at the bottom there. For your comparison, here he is backed up against our early Hasbro days Iron Patriot figure. Again, this one did not come with the Norman Osborn head. That's from the Retro Green Goblin there. But it was something, a kit bash that I had in my display for the time being until we received an updated version. Now, the blues and reds on this, I definitely prefer over this one. However, body-wise, this Iron Patriot is a significant upgrade. So I will certainly be replacing it. I just wish that the paints were a little bit different. That's all. It's a minor complaint, but the only one I got, I guess. Taking a closer look at Dr. Doom here, we can get an idea of what is different about this, what we've got going on. First thing I noticed, even before opening the package, was the choice for the color they went with the metal parts. So a little bit more of a gunmetal versus a slightly more chromed out metal. The Super Scroll Wave, I think, is still going to be the one in my display. I don't see this one replacing the Super Scroll Wave Doctor Doom for me. Even though he has this fancy cloth soft goods cape that you all love so much, I don't see it replacing mine. All right. Nice looking face sculpt though. I do believe it is a reuse of the Super Scroll Wave, as much of this is going to be, because that figure is just a really good figure. Alright, you do have some new epaulets though up here, and they do come off. That allows you to remove the cape. Of course, you have your blasters on the back where you can port in your effects. Boom, just like that. Or you can put them on the boots, wherever you want to port them in. Holster down there. Belt is going to be exactly the same, just a different color, so it is a lighter brown, but they still painted the buckle, which is great. All in all, if you don't have a Doctor Doom, this is going to be a very good Doctor Doom for you. I don't need to replace my Doom, that's all. He does come with a pistol to go in the holster. As you remove it, I mean, you may get a little concerned. That plastic already is super stressed down there. But that's an easy one-time open, and then never open it again. How about that? Closes just like that. Got the nice D etched on there as well. For your articulation, head's going to look down to about there. Of course, the cowl is going to hinder you just ever so much. Back, not very far. Not that you could even tell because the hood is so large. Just believe me, it's moving. Head does move all the way around, and you get some wiggle in there as you might need. Arms will move all the way around. Arm goes up and out to about there, so a pretty good angle. You do have your upper bicep cut. You are double jointed on pins at the elbows because it is the same body that we've previously seen. Nothing at the forearm, but you do have your hinge and swivel at the wrist down there. He does have ab crunch and hip swivel. Not as hindered as you may think. For those of you not familiar with this, you are going to get some plastic brown rub on that green there, though. Upper thigh cut. Leg will kick out to about there. The costume is going to get in the way. Same going backwards, and same going out to the side. So little kick movement, not as much as you might want. I don't know what Dr. Doom's kicking, but he's not kicking much. All right. Double jointed, pinned at the knee, nothing at the boot, and then your hinge and swivel at the ankle. Now, I've had a problem getting the Doom to stand from the Super Scroll Wave. He's I try to do my best to just balance figures, right? I like to play that game and see how it pays off. Sometimes it does, sometimes it really does not. But Dr. Doom is one that I've always had to have on a stand because of these feet. The ankles, they're a little tough. These feet are a little awkward. This one, though, out of the box, I didn't have any issues, so I'm going to chalk that up to user error. Cape, you do have a soft goods cape, so I guess we're going that route with Marvel Legends. Whatever. Doesn't look bad. A lot of times it could come off a lot worse. I like how it's folded in. It's pretty good thin material, nice and flexible. So as much as I'm not here for it, I don't hate it that much. I'll give you that. Swap your heads and get your Doom bots. The epaulets will port in right into the chest there. That'll allow you to remove the cape. And then you can pop those back in. And you can go to your Doombot head. With the Doombot head, you'll get a lot more range here, and you'll see that the neck is on a hinge at the top, and then you have your extra point down at the bottom of the neck. So this is one that will give you range for days. It's just with the Dr. Doom head, you're not going to get it because of the hood there. But yeah, plenty of movement for your Doom bots. For your hands, you do get your open hand and your trigger finger. Those come right out of the box. You also get your set of fists. For comparison, here he is backed up against the Super Scroll Wave. So as I mentioned earlier, the metallic parts of the figure, or what would be metallic if it were not plastic, on the Super Scroll Wave are a little bit more pronounced. It's a bit more of a gunmetal-ish shade on the Cabal 3-pack version. I certainly prefer, and I've already said it a few times, but I certainly prefer the Super Scroll Wave out of these two. Just, it lends itself to what I prefer with collecting. Alright, folks, well, there you have it. There is your Cabal 3-pack. Certainly, some of these are going to be definitive versions for you in your collection. If you haven't collected these up to this point, if you don't have a Doom in your collection, this will absolutely be the definitive Doom for you for now, you know. If you've waited on getting a Taskmaster, now's your time. If you are like me and you've been holding out hope for an updated Iron Patriot, well, here it is. 3-packs be damned, right? But they are in a 3-pack, and for some people that's actually good, right? So for those of you out there who are a fan of when these packs come out, you know, let us know. Let's talk about that, because I feel like that's the part that's always, shoved down to the bottom of the barrel. Everybody's like, I wish that it was just single releases, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I do. But I also understand the necessity for these types of 3-packs, and it's a 3-pack that makes sense. It would be one thing if there were just some random characters thrown together in a box and that's tried to be passed off as something, but this makes sense. So I do feel there's an argument to be made, for this pack. A lot of you, as I've said in previous videos, if you're new to collecting Marvel Legends, you're having a great year. You're feasting. You're doing well. There's been a lot of really good stuff this year, a lot of updates, and that's cool. That's good. I've updated some things along the way, so I'm all in when it works out. That's the 2 cents, folks. I don't know. I get it. I get that this isn't ideal. It could be done differently. For a 3-pack, for what it is, though, I do like it, and I am certainly going to be at least placing 2 of the 3 of these in the collection. The Doombot thing is cool, but I have like stand-in Doombots already, so I'm not sure where that's going to go in the display, so time will tell, I suppose. Appreciate you checking out the video. Thanks for hanging out this long if you have. I certainly want to thank you for checking out these videos and hitting that like, leaving a comment, whatever. You can always find me on any of these socials down here. Most importantly, though, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe below. And until next time, take it easy.